Have you ever felt that there is something beyond what your eyes can see? The reality you experience every day, the one that seems so solid and fixed, could be much more flexible than you have ever imagined. Each morning, when you wake up, you open your eyes to a world that you consider objective and independent of you. But what if I told you that the supposed objectivity is actually a dance between your consciousness and an infinite field of possibilities? What you are about to discover could fundamentally change the way you perceive the world around you. This is not just a simple theory or a philosophical exercise. It is a vision supported by the most surprising discoveries in modern physics and the science of consciousness. Imagine your mind as a movie projector. The movie you see projected on the screen of your life is not predetermined, but is being created in real time through the interaction between your consciousness and an infinite field of possibilities. At this very moment, you are participating in a continuous creation. The extraordinary thing is that you can become the conscious director of this movie. You are not merely a passive spectator of your existence, but an active participant with the power to influence what you experience as reality. This perspective is not only liberating, but places you at the center of your experience as a conscious creator. I invite you on a journey that will transcend the limits of your usual perception, a journey that will show you how the reality you experience is much more malleable, vibrant, and responsive to your consciousness than you ever considered. Prepare yourself to discover a new paradigm that could forever transform the way you relate to the world. Quantum physics has revealed a universe where the smallest particles exist in a state of potentiality until they are observed. This phenomenon, known as the Copenhagen interpretation, suggests something amazing, that the very act of observing directly influences what manifests as real. In that instant when you focus your attention, a sea of possibilities collapses into a single defined experience. This scientific revelation finds a resonant echo in the research of Jacobo Grinberg, a Mexican scientist who dedicated his life to studying human consciousness. His work suggested that our mind not only passively registers reality, but also participates in its configuration. What Greenberg proposed, and what modern physics seems to confirm, is that there is a constant dialogue between our consciousness and the world we experience. Think of your life as a movie in constant editing. Each scene you experience is a result of where you have directed your attention, what you have chosen to observe, and how you have interpreted it. You are not simply the audience of this movie. You are simultaneously the cameraman, the editor, and the director. The scenes that make up your life are being filmed, edited, and projected in real time through the lens of your consciousness. Before being observed, reality exists as a field of infinite potentialities. Everything that could be is already there, waiting for your attention to take shape. It's as if the universe were an ocean of possibilities, and your consciousness is the boat navigating it, creating a unique wake in its path. Every thought, every emotion, every belief you hold is one you give to that boat, determining which waters it will navigate and what experiences it will encounter on its journey. This perspective does not diminish the objectivity of the world, but reveals us as active participants in a dynamic and receptive universe to consciousness. Your attention is one of the most powerful forces at your disposal. Like a beam of light in the dark, it illuminates and energizes everything it rests upon. There's a profound difference between two ways of directing this powerful tool: polar attention and non-polar attention. Polar attention is charged with emotion, either positive or negative. When you observe the world through this lens, you are constantly labeling your experiences. If you wake up and your first glance is directed towards what is not working in your life, unpaid bills, tense relationships, stalled projects, you are directing your energy toward those realities and amplifying them. It's as if you had a magnet that attracts more situations of the same frequency. On the other hand, when you focus your attention with enthusiasm, gratitude, and positive expectation, you begin to attract experiences that resonate with that vibration. Non-polar attention represents a more subtle and powerful alternative. It is the ability to observe without judgment, to be present with what is, without the burden of emotional attachment. Imagine you're sitting next to a river, watching how the water flows. You do not try to change its course, nor do you resist its movement. You simply contemplate it. This way of being creates a space of clarity where new possibilities can naturally emerge. In your daily life, you are constantly choosing where to place your attention. When you find yourself stuck in traffic, you can focus on frustration and delay, or you can use that time to enjoy music, an audiobook, or simply practice conscious breathing. The difference does not lie in the external situation, but in the point where you decide to anchor your consciousness. This phenomenon is known as selective attention. Of the millions of stimuli surrounding you at any given moment, your mind filters and selects only those that confirm your expectations and beliefs. If you believe that people are hostile, you will notice every disapproving gesture, every negative comment, ignoring the smiles and acts of kindness that do not fit your view of the world. The good news is that you can reconfigure this filter by consciously directing your attention to new possibilities, opening paths that were previously invisible to you. Your beliefs act as the lenses through which you perceive every aspect of your life. You do not see the world as it is, you see it as you are. Imagine you're watching a movie, but instead of being projected onto a blank screen, each scene is filtered through colored lenses that transform what you see. These lenses are your deepest beliefs about yourself, others, and the nature of reality. If you firmly believe that life is a constant struggle, you'll find evidence of the struggle at every corner. Your mind, like a dedicated detective, will seek and find evidence that confirms this view, ignoring anything that contradicts it. Conversely, if you hold a belief that life is full of opportunities, you'll begin to detect possibilities where you once saw only obstacles. This phenomenon creates a powerful feedback loop. Your beliefs determine what you pay attention to, and what you pay attention to reinforces your beliefs. The cycle continues, consolidating a specific version of reality that you experience as a truth. But this truth is just one of infinite possibilities. Limiting beliefs often operate below the conscious level. You may fervently desire a change in your life, such as a new career, greater abundance, more satisfying relationships, while holding subconscious beliefs that contradict these desires. I don't deserve success. Money corrupts. True love doesn't last. Are examples of distorting lenses that may be influencing your experience without you realizing it. Transformation begins when you recognize that these lenses are not an inherent part of reality. They are constructions that you can examine and modify. The simple act of questioning a limiting belief creates a crack in its apparent solidity. Ask yourself, is it really true that I cannot achieve this? What evidence do I have? Stop for a moment and think about what you want to achieve. I want you to lightly analyze the reasons that come to mind. Breathe deeply and ask yourself, are these excuses? By identifying and rewriting your fundamental beliefs, you are not denying reality. You are reclaiming your power to choose through which lens you wish to perceive your experience. This is perhaps the most liberating act of self-awareness, discovering that you can change the filters, get rid of the lenses of limitations, and put on the ones of opportunities. Transforming your perception of reality is a continuous process that requires conscious practice. Next, I will share 3 powerful practices you can integrate into your daily life to begin experiencing tangible changes in your reality. The first practice is a conscious redirection of focus. Throughout the day, take moments to observe where your attention is placed. When you notice your thoughts spiraling into worries, fears, or limitations, stop and ask yourself, what can I appreciate in this very moment? This simple question redirects your energy toward the positive aspects of your current experience. It's not about denying the negative. It's about balancing your perception by also recognizing what works, what flows, and what nourishes you. This practice is especially powerful in moments of tension. When you feel stress building up, take 3 deep breaths and consciously look for something to appreciate, no matter how small. This shift in focus immediately alters your energetic state. The second practice is radical acceptance. Often we fight against what is, resisting the present circumstances, and creating a field of tension that blocks new possibilities. Radical acceptance does not mean resignation. It means recognizing what is without emotional resistance. Start by observing a challenging situation in your life and repeat internally, this is what it is, I don't need to fight against it. Feel how this acceptance creates space for new options, like water flowing around rocks instead of colliding with them. Your energy can move more freely when you don't waste it on resistance. Remember, to change something, we don't focus on that something. We focus on the opposite. The third practice is intention meditation. Dedicate 10 minutes each morning to visualize a reality you wish to create. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and allow your mind construct a vivid image of that version of your life. Don't focus on how you will get there. Focus on emotionally experiencing the state of being that this reality represents. How do you feel in that scenario? What sensations run through your body? What thoughts occupy your mind? This practice not only elevates your energetic vibration, but it also directs your attention toward new possibilities. These three practices are enriched by the Taoist concept of Wu Wei, or effortless action. This ancient wisdom teaches us that the deepest transformation does not always require struggle. Sometimes it arises from aligning with the natural flows of life. When you integrate the redirection of focus, radical acceptance, and intention meditation, you begin to move with these flows instead of against them, allowing change to emerge naturally. As you begin to transform your perception and consciously direct your attention, you will notice a fascinating phenomenon emerging in your life: synchronicities. These meaningful coincidences seem too precise to be random. Opportunities that arise just when you are ready for them. These synchronicities are like signs on your path, confirmations that you are resonating with a broader field of possibilities. They are not supernatural events, but natural manifestations of an interconnected universe that responds to changes in your energetic frequency. Learn to recognize them not as mere coincidences, but as subtle conversations between your consciousness and the deeper fabric of reality. Your perception of reality is not something that simply happens to you. It is something you actively create at every moment. Every thought you choose, every belief you hold, and every point where you focus your attention are acts of creation. Right now, at this very moment, you have the opportunity to begin writing a new chapter in the story of your life. Start now with your next thought, your next breath. Observe the world through new eyes, recognizing your role as a co-creator of your experience. Your perception of reality will never be the same again because you will have awakened to the transformative power of your own consciousness. Allow me a second to send a special greeting to Shifo Yada. Thank you very much for your support. If you made it this far, receive, as always, a big hug on behalf of the whole team. Thank you for joining us another day. See you soon and stay awake.